All right, everybody, welcome back. We are diving deep today.
Deep.
We're tackling personal finance.
Yes, we are.
And for this deep dive, we're going to money.com.
Excellent source. A lot of good information there.
Yeah, for sure. Budgeting, investments, side hustles. This site really seems to have it all.
It really does. I was impressed.
So are you ready to kind of unlock your financial potential here?
Let's do it.
All right. So let's start with the basics. Money management, the day-to-day stuff.
Right.
Money.com talks about this 50-30-20 budget.
Right.
50% to needs, 30% to wants, 20% to savings and debt. What do you think about that?
I think it's a great starting point. For a lot of people, it's really helpful to have like a framework to start with.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I've worked with people and they're just like, I don't even know where to start. So something like that can be really helpful.
Yeah, just like a roadmap, right?
Exactly. It's like planning a trip. You don't just set off without any idea where you're going.
Right.
You've got to have that roadmap. And they have some good tools for that on money.com too, right? Like budgeting apps.
Yeah, they have a ton of different templates.
Templates.
Yeah, that's awesome. And they have a lot of recommendations from experts.
Yeah.
So that's super helpful too. Now let's move on to investing. This could be a little bit daunting.
It can be.
Especially if you're just getting started, right?
Yeah.
So money.com has all these guides on investing basics, stocks, bonds, mutual funds.
All that good stuff.
So what are some of the key takeaways that you saw from that?
Well, I think one of the biggest things, and it's something that gets talked about a lot, but it's so important, is diversification.
Right. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they actually show you how this plays out. They highlight some examples.
Oh, really?
Where, like, people put everything in one stock and,
Oh.
If that stock plummets, you're in big trouble.
Wow, yeah.
But then they show you how if you diversify, you can have some things that go down and other things go up, and it kind of balances out.
So they're not just telling you, they're showing you.
Exactly.
Case studies and all that.
Case studies, graphs, charts.
That's really cool.
Easy to understand.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I also saw that they talk a lot about risk tolerance.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's got to be a big part of it, right?
You have to know yourself.
Yeah.
Like, are you someone who can stomach a lot of ups and downs,
Mm-hmm.
or do you need something really slow and steady?
Right.
And they have a lot of good advice on, how to kind of figure out what your risk tolerance is.
I saw they even touch on more advanced things like cryptocurrency, real estate, all that.
Right, which can be exciting, but
Yeah.
also a little bit risky if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, for sure. So they advise, doing research and maybe talking to an expert before jumping into all that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into something a little more fun, maybe. Making money.
Everyone's favorite topic.
Right. So money.com, they have a lot of cool articles on side hustles and freelance opportunities.
Yeah, I like that they focus on, finding something that really suits your skills and your passions,
Yeah.
not just, the first thing that comes along.
Yeah, so they give examples like if you're a writer, they show these freelance platforms.
Right.
You can go and offer your services, or if you're into fitness, they talk about becoming a personal trainer.
Yeah, or teaching classes or something.
Exactly. So it's not just about, just making extra money. It's about doing something you enjoy.
For sure.
Which I think is really cool. They also talk about passive income streams. What is that about?
So that's the idea of earning money even when you're not actively working.
So like making money in your sleep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound amazing?
It does, but it sounds a little too good to be true.
Well, it's not magic.
Yeah.
It takes work, but it's definitely possible. They talk about things like dividend stocks, where you invest in a company and they pay you a portion of their profits.
Interesting.
Or rental properties.
Yeah, so you buy a property and you rent it out.
Exactly. You're making money from the rent payments.
Cool.
Or even creating and selling online courses.
Oh, wow.
So you put in the effort up front to create the course, but then people can buy it over and over again.
So you're kind of planting a seed today that will hopefully, grow into something down the line.
That's a great way to put it. But it's important to be realistic. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme.
No, of course not.
It takes effort and time to build up those passive income streams.
Definitely. And this all ties back into the importance of financial planning.
Absolutely. Money.com emphasizes setting smart financial goals.
Right. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
Exactly. So instead of saying, I want to save more, you say, I want to save $5,000 for a down payment on a car within the next 2 years.
Yeah, that's so much clearer. You actually have like a target to aim for.
Yeah, and a timeline. It keeps you on track.
Definitely. They also mentioned the importance of having an emergency fund.
Oh, so crucial. They have some really compelling stories about people who faced unexpected medical bills.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Or sudden job loss, and having that emergency fund just help them get through it.
It makes a huge difference, right?
Absolutely.
And it's really good to be prepared because you never know what's going to happen.
Right. Life throws curveballs.
Exactly.
It's good to have that cushion.
Yeah, for sure. So money.com also has these really interesting guides on different types of insurance.
Right. Health insurance, car insurance, life insurance.
All that. And there are so many different kinds. What are some of the key takeaways from that?
Well, I think the biggest thing is really understanding your policy.
Okay.
What it covers, what it doesn't cover.
Mm-hmm.
And they recommend comparing options
Right.
from different providers.
So shopping around a bit.
Exactly. Make sure you're getting the best deal for your needs.
And you're not just blindly accepting whatever's put in front of you.
Right, exactly. And they even talk about things like negotiating.
Oh, really?
You can actually try to negotiate.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Lower premiums, lower deductibles.
That's
Be proactive,
Yeah. And I think with all the scams going around these days, they also have good advice on fraud prevention.
Oh, yeah, that's so important. They talk about phishing scams, how to protect your personal information,
Right.
and being wary of those investment schemes that sound way too good to be true.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Exactly. So it sounds like money.com has everything you need to really take control of your finances.
They really do. It's like a comprehensive toolkit,
Yeah.
no matter where you are in your financial journey.
Awesome. So, final question. What's one thing our listener could do today based on all this?
Well, I think maybe just start by picking one thing
Okay.
that resonates with you. Maybe it's creating a simple budget. Maybe it's researching a potential side hustle.
Yeah.
Or even just checking your credit score.
Okay, so just take that first step.
Exactly. You don't have to do everything at once.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for diving deep with us today.
This was fun. I learned a lot.
Me too. Me too. And for our listeners, remember, financial success is a journey.
It is.
And resources like money.com can be a great guide along the way.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
See you next time.